Hi everyone and welcome to the podcast. I hope you're having a nice day.
Hello everyone!
Righto, so today we're going to do something a little bit complicated. Specifically, we're going to talk about prepositions. Everybody hates prepositions, don't they, Anna?
Yeah, they're terrifying.
They are actually. Terrifying is a difficult, I think it's a bit of a strong word, but I think I have to agree. Learning Spanish and all the prepositions, I don't like it.
They are terrifying.
Well, yeah, okay, you're right, Anna. You're right, alright? You're right. Are you happy?
Especially if your native language doesn't have them, like Finnish, it doesn't have any prepositions.
Yeah, a world without prepositions, huh? I can't even imagine it. Is it nice, Anna, to live in that world?
No, it's horrifying.
Anna, you can't say everything's terrible.
Prepositions make things easier. Just saying.
I think, okay, if you consider it from that perspective that Finnish is a difficult language, perhaps because it doesn't have any prepositions and it has cases and things like that instead, then prepositions are actually nicer to have in a weird sort of way because they provide structure, and structure is nice. But the purpose of today's episode is to try and make prepositions just that little bit less complicated and a little bit easier to use. Specifically, we want to talk about prepositions that are combined with adjectives. So adjectives and preposition combinations. Now, prepositions are so hard to remember, so we're only going to focus on a small amount of them today. Specifically, prepositions such as in, of, with, at, and for. Okay? So these particular prepositions have some specific adjectives that go with them, and that's what we'd like to talk about today. Well, there's going to be a little bit of an explanation, and then we're going to show you an interview between a news presenter and an Olympic swimmer, where you can try and find these prepositions with adjectives on your own. So Anna, why don't you begin with our first group of adjectives with prepositions?
Yes, so, for example, with the preposition at, we often have adjectives like angry, or good, or bad. So, for example, I am good at learning languages, but I am bad at biology. What about you, Emily? What are you good at?
I'm good at, I think the same as you, I'm good at learning languages, but when I was a kid, I was so bad at physics. Were you bad at physics too?
I was actually good at physics.
I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous because I was so bad at it. So yes, very good group of prepositions there. You can be surprised at things as well and angry at things. I am angry at my child self for being so bad at physics. But yes, let's move to the next group then. We also have of. Of is a very common preposition in general, but with adjectives we use it with things like proud, scared or afraid, fond, and full of. So for example, the word fond, I don't think it's so common these days to hear in a class. If you are fond of something, it means that you really love it. For example, I have a collection of video games in my house and I'm very, very fond of those. Is there something that you're fond of, Anna?
I have a very large collection of films because I'm very into films, so I'm very fond of my collection.
I like it.
I'm also very fond of my cat.
Of course. I'm fond of my cat too. What's your cat called, Anna?
My cat is called Vaska.
That's a cute name. What does it mean?
It's a Russian name. It's a name of a Russian princess.
That's so cute. My cat's called Baron. From
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. It's called The Cat Returns. Have you seen it?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
There's a cat called Baron in a suit, and he's really cool, and he was my favourite character when I was a kid. So when I met my cat, and he was the same colour as Baron from the movie, I was like, oh my god, I have to call him Baron.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, I love Baron too. I miss him a lot. He's in England and I'm in Spain. Sad cat stories.
Oh.
Anyway, tell me something that you're afraid of. Personally, I'm afraid of heights and I'm afraid of flying. What about you?
I'm actually quite fond of flying. I am afraid of spiders.
Oh, I don't like spiders either. They are so scary.
Yeah.
Do you prefer the smaller ones or the bigger ones? Some people have different preferences.
I prefer the smaller the better. I prefer the smaller ones.
I see. Okay. Can you please move on to the next group of prepositions for me?
So next we have the preposition with, which you can use with adjectives such as satisfied or busy or fed up or associated. For example, currently I'm very busy with university, but I'm very satisfied with the result that I get because I work so hard. What about you, Emily? What are you busy with?
What am I busy with? What am I not busy with is a better question to ask. I feel like nowadays I'm always working and studying. I'm the same as you. I'm busy with university. I'm busy with my job. I'm just busy with everything. To be honest, sometimes I'm fed up with it because I'm just so tired all the time. But I have to say, it's the same as you. When I see my students are happy and I see that I'm happy with my grades at the end of the school year, then I can't help but be satisfied with myself. So I feel the same, absolutely.
Yeah. And recently we've been very busy with planning our podcast.
Yes, absolutely. You know, we've been so busy with the podcast these days, and I hope that you're all enjoying it because we for sure feel very satisfied with it, don't we, Anna?
Yes, very much so. And we're not yet fed up with each other.
Not yet, not yet. Maybe after episode 3.
Yeah.
If this is episode 3, then we'll just have to check in on each other in a couple of weeks, then, huh? But
no.
very good, excellent. And another category we have in. There's lots and lots of uses for the preposition in, but when we are talking about adjectives, we can use things like disappointed, skilled, interested, or involved. It's important to mention that before we had good at and bad at, and skilled is another way of saying that you're good at something. But when we use the word skilled, we have to say skilled in. So I think I told you guys before that I am not at all skilled in physics, okay? But no, we have lots of interests, Anna and I. I would say that one of my greatest interests, I'm very, very interested in playing the piano and trying not to make mistakes when I play the piano. What's your greatest interest, Anna? What are you interested in at the moment?
Well, I'm very interested in cooking and dancing. I think those two are my main interests at the moment. I would say that I am more skilled in dancing than I am in cooking, but I'm hoping to change that soon.
Nice. I'm excited to try it. If you're going to make some nice Italian food like you promised me the other day, I am absolutely waiting for that. So hurry up, please.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to our last category.
Okay, and the next preposition that we have is for. And for can be used with adjectives such as known, good, terrible, excellent, or famous, for example. Finland is famous for its education system. Emily, what is England famous for?
I don't know, you gave such a good example with Finland that I feel like I would be offending England if I said that we were famous for our fish and chips and football matches. But these are the things that England is truly famous for. How can we deny the truth, you know?
Yeah, and they are things that make people happy. I mean, Finland is also famous for having a lot of depressed people.
Well, that's quite a controversial thing to say, no? Because they say that Finland is the happiest country in the world.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, everybody in Finland is really happy as well. It's a very weird thing. I think Finnish people are just very satisfied with very little.
Absolutely. Something that's definitely worth noticing, though, is that there is a difference between good for and good at. As we said, you can use at and for the adjective good. So it's important to know when we use them. First of all, for is normally used with adjectives to describe why something is good or known or famous. So as Anna rightfully said before, Finland is famous for its education system. That is the reason why Finland is famous. If I say, for instance, water is good for your health, the reason why we drink water is for our health. However, when we say good at, bad at, or terrible at, we're describing our abilities. So I can't say I'm good for maths because this does not describe my abilities correctly. All right? Excellent. Nice work. I think now they might be ready for a little exercise, don't you think, Anna?
Yes, I think it's certainly time.
Awesome. So, I'd like you guys to listen to the following audio between me and Anna once again, but we'll be speaking a little bit faster in an interview. Try and listen out for all of the different adjectives with their preposition combinations that we've just talked about, and try and write them down. Try and use them in your own sentences, and write down in the comments below your examples. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. See you later.
Thank you. Welcome to the 6 o'clock news. Tonight we will be talking to our special guest, Jennifer Radlis, an Olympic gold medalist in the Tokyo Olympics. Wonderful to meet you, Jennifer.
Wonderful to be here.
So, Jennifer, where are you from?
I'm from Manchester.
Ah, great city.
Yes, I love my hometown. As you know, we're famous for our music and other such cultural events like festivals. I hope everyone at home in Manchester is watching today.
I'm sure they will be. Considering the amount of parties in the street in your neighborhood after the competition, it seems like the whole city is very proud of you. So, what inspired you to start swimming?
Well, I can say with certainty that I've always been interested in swimming competitions. When I was a child, I would beg my mother to go to the beach or the swimming pool, and I would have races with my friends in swimming class.
Sounds like you had a natural talent. Although I imagine the road to success wasn't always that easy.
You know, you're absolutely right. When I was a teenager, I was accepted onto a special program for competitive swimmers. The problem was, though, that the other swimmers were maybe 2 or 3 years older than me, so they were always faster, stronger, better, really. Ultimately, they were chosen before me in every competition we had as a team, and it broke my heart. I was so disappointed with myself.
That sounds like a lot of pressure. How did you overcome that feeling?
Well, I decided that there was no point in being angry at myself for being different to the other members of the team. I thought that the only way of continuing was to be the best version of myself. I wasn't the best at swimming, but I certainly wasn't the worst, and so I used my motivation to succeed to keep going.
That's amazing. Do you have any advice for any young and growing swimming stars who might need the moral support right now?
Of course. I have 3 pieces of advice. Firstly, consistency is key. Keep training every day and you will see the results. Secondly, try to avoid the swimming techniques that you're already skilled in, as it's important to practice the things that you don't feel comfortable with. And finally, don't give up. It's okay to have time off to reflect on things, but it's even more important to believe in yourself.
Wow, excellent advice from an excellent swimmer. Thank you so much for coming, Jennifer. We're looking forward to seeing you in your next gala. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions related to the topic, and we will try our best to respond to you. Please subscribe to the channel for a new podcast episode every Saturday, as well as essential tips during the week. See you next time!